when we're not little children, and we know what we want, and the future is certain. Give us time to work it out. We're on the road to nowhere. Come on inside.
In 2012 we undertook the EMU project. We decided, as maths was a major part of our SIP, that we would upskill all teachers to learn how to conduct a mathematical assessment interview through professional development led by myself and Marie in staff meetings. Teachers were then provided with release time to conduct the MAIs on all students across the school. This was a time-consuming process as well as being expensive. However, having the data has certainly brought about a great deal of positive change throughout the school.
To make 20 using their bead kebab. Show it on your bead kebab. As the numeracy specialist teacher at St Patrick's, I run the EMU intervention groups. I run 2 groups. There is 3 children in each group, and I see these 2 groups every day for half an hour. The children love coming to EMU and have also been really enthusiastic about completing the home tasks, and the parents have been really good at supporting the children in their learning at home as well. Most of the children began the program being vulnerable in more than one domain. One child started with a profile of 0000. The time that I have spent working with these children in the intervention groups has been invaluable. The progress they have made has been outstanding, all at their own level. They all show an improvement in their understanding of mathematical concepts, and their growth point profile has improved. Not only has their understanding improved, but they have grown in confidence, and their attitude to maths has changed, particularly in the classroom setting. Whereas before they were uninvolved, they weren't engaged, they were unwilling to participate in classroom teaching and learning of maths, but they're more confident now, so they're getting involved in the maths learning in the classroom setting. The impact of the EMU program has been huge, not only for these students in the intervention program, but for other students in the school and in my class who are benefiting from the learning that I've had through the EMU program and my improved understanding of how to teach them at their point of need. The EMU program has probably been one of the most positive experiences I've had in my teaching career so far.
Knowing the growth point level of each student in your class is absolutely essential in being able to differentiate the curriculum. The mathematical knowledge of the children, even in a Year 6 classroom, is so vast, and having the data with us enables us to better plan our lessons and organise our group structures. As you can see on this sample, this is the multiplication growth points of the students in Year 6, going from growth point 2 all the way up to growth point 8, with a number of children in each of those growth points. The students work in their groups for 20 minutes each morning at the beginning of the maths block on a variety of tasks. Some of them are parallel tasks depending on the unit that we are doing. We generally focus on an area like multiplication and division for 2 to 3 weeks, and then change over to a new focus, which might be place value or counting, and then the children are placed into their growth points for those particular, or for that particular area as well. So they're constantly changing groups. So there isn't always a notion that the smart kids are always in the same group. There's a lot of movement around those groups. It definitely enables the teacher to focus on those students that are vulnerable and also extend those children who need that extension work. How do you feel about maths groups?
Well, sometimes it's easy with the questions, but sometimes they're hard. But it's more easy than working it out by yourself because you have the whole group.
The implementation of EMU at St Patrick's in 2012 has been quite comprehensive. We have undertaken to conduct an MAI on every student in the school. This has allowed us to gather data right across the board and thus identify exactly how many students in our school are vulnerable in each grade and the specific areas of their vulnerability. Looking at the data across the school, we prioritised place value as the strand to address first. A staff development day was held to address the data and plan place value units of work based on growth points right across the whole school. After the units were implemented, staff meetings were dedicated to discern the pros and cons of point of need teaching and to develop further units of work in the same vein. One of the learnings from this year has been that it would have been of great benefit to have the knowledge we realised halfway through this year at the beginning of the year, instead of losing 6 months not accurately knowing the children's current growth points. We aim to build on the data that was gained this year, with our target being to reduce the number of vulnerable children in each grade. This can more readily be achieved by increasing the amount of point of need teaching time which can be gained from early assessment. Therefore, we have planned 2 assessment days before school begins in 2013 to carry out MAIs. Additional release days will be given to teachers as soon as school starts to finalise the MAIs, as we will not get through them all in 2 days. Conducting the interviews on all children before they begin school gives the data more validity because the children all start from the same baseline with no teaching effect taking place. In summary, implementation of EMU has had a significant effect on the practice of teachers and hopefully the improved mathematical understanding of the students. Time will tell when we analyse future data.